Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today NVA just filed a current report and I am seeing one key update that matters. Quick note, this is not financial advice, just my take on public filings for educational purposes. Nova Minerals is giving us a peek at some important milestones in their path to producing antimony. Alright, so what is going on here is a Form 8K filing, which is basically a report of big events that a company has to tell the public about. This one comes from Nova Minerals Corp. The date we are looking at is the 27th of August 2026. This is when the earliest event in this report happened. The company itself is Nova Minerals Corp, which you might know by their ticker symbol NVA. The main event here is under item 7.01, which deals with Regulation FD disclosure. Basically, this means the company is sharing some information to make sure everyone has the same access to important news. What they have done is release a press statement on the 27th of August. The title of this statement is really telling Nova Minerals achieves key milestone on path to antimony production. This tells us they are making progress in their goal to produce antimony, which is a type of metal. Antimony is used in things like flame retardants and batteries. So this is a pretty significant area for a mining company. This press release is included as an exhibit, meaning it is part of the official filing. They also have some details about their common stock. The par value is listed as $0.001 per S-hair. Par value is a very basic legal value assigned to a stock, and for many companies, especially smaller ones, it is a nominal amount that doesn't really reflect the market price. And then we see information about warrants to purchase common stock. Warrants are like options, giving the holder the right to buy shares at a certain price. This indicates there is a possibility for future share issuance, which can impact how many shares are out there in total. The document mentions shares, which is expected when we are talking about a stock, and the currency is US dollars. Now, it is important to understand what this press release means. Achieving a key milestone on the path to antimony production is not the same as actually producing antimony. It signifies progress, perhaps a successful feasibility study, securing a critical permit, or a breakthrough in their exploration or development phase. But it is crucial to differentiate between a milestone achieved and the final goal being met. Keeping up with these filings and understanding what is really going on under the surface can be a full-time job. That is why I've been using Decoded.report. It distills things like risk levels, red flags pulled directly from filings with citations, share printing velocity, recent insider trades, and how long current cash might last all in one place. It even provides an overall screening verdict. You can find the direct link waiting for you in the description and the pinned comment below so you can check it out after this video. One interesting detail is that Nova Minerals Corp has checked the box indicating they are an emerging growth company. This means they qualify for certain regulatory flexibilities. They have also indicated they are not using the extended transition period for new financial accounting standards. This suggests they are committed to adopting newer accounting rules sooner rather than later, which can sometimes mean more transparency but also more compliance work. What we don't see in this particular filing are detailed financial tables. K is primarily focused on announcing this press release and the milestone. For the nitty-gritty financial numbers, we would typically need to look at their quarterly 10Q or annual 10. Reports, however, the external news headlines do give us some context. A headline from the 25th of August mentions a congressional delegation visiting their Estelle Gold and Critical Minerals project. This suggests the company is involved in projects that have strategic importance, possibly related to critical minerals needed for national security or technological advancements. Another headline from the 19th of August states, Nova Minerals achieves key milestone on path to antimony production. This is the same announcement we are seeing in the filing. It seems like this news is generating some positive attention. Looking back a bit, a headline from the 19th of June, Nova Minerals ASX NVA. Gold Explorer falls as precious metals sentiment turns choppy, indicates that the broader market sentiment for precious metals, which gold explorers often fall into, can affect their stock. This means that even good company-specific news might be overshadowed by larger market trends. The filing also lists the securities registered with the CSE they have common stock trading under the symbol NVA on the NICE American LLC. They also have warrants to purchase common stock trading under NVAUs on the same exchange. This tells us the company is publicly traded and accessible to investors. The fact that they are on NICE American means they meet certain listing standards, which is generally a positive sign compared to over-the-counter markets. So, what does this all mean? Nova Minerals is signaling progress in a key area of their business, antimony production. This is good news for investors who are looking for growth in the critical minerals sector. The external news confirms this is a significant development for them. However, we need to remember that milestones are steps, not the finish line. The journey to actual production can be long and challenging with many potential hurdles. Market sentiment for commodities like gold and other metals can also play a big role in how the stock performs regardless of company-specific achievements. The company's status as an emerging growth company is worth noting. It can provide them with some breathing room as they develop their business, but it also means their financial reporting might be less extensive than that of a more established company. The low par value on their common stock is typical for many companies and doesn't inherently signal good or bad news on its own. The presence of warrants means there is potential for dilution in the future, which is something shareholders always need to keep an eye on. If those warrants are exercised, more shares enter the market, which can lower the value of existing shares if the company's value doesn't increase proportionally. My biggest concern is always the leap from announcing a milestone to actual revenue generation. The market often reacts strongly to these announcements, but the real test is in the execution and the ability to bring a product to market profitably. What I am actually looking for is the timeline and the concrete steps they will take to move from this milestone to actual antimony production and sales. Oh, and the research tools I actually use are linked in the description. They help keep this channel going. That is my take. Stay decoded. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Check out the Discord in the description.